Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Chris Down. Welcome to my channel. Pretty much what I wanted to do today is actually go through a case study for one of my clients. And what I do primarily is I essentially run Google Ads lead generation campaigns for my clients. And what I wanted to do is kind of show off some of those results, but not just kind of like show them off and just show you some metrics. I'm hoping to, while respecting the client's privacy, I want to be able to give you maybe some nuggets that you can take for yourself, whether you're a business, in this client, they're in concrete and masonry, whether you're in that business, you maybe are running ads, you want to take some of this information for yourself, you're more than welcome. Or, you run ads for clients in kind of concrete, masonry, kind of contracting type niches, and yeah. So I wanted to go through this, kind of give you some of that information, and yeah. So let's just kind of jump right into it. So this particular client, like the title might suggest, like I've mentioned already, they are kind of like a concrete and masonry contractor. So they do kind of general concrete work. They also do things like laying foundations, foundation repair, and a whole range of different masonry services, repointing, building patios, stonework, all that kind of stuff. So there's a good amount of ad groups in here, and I can go through some of those, just to kind of give you an idea of sort of the account structure and the importance of that. So for the date range, I have March 7th to March 7th to April 7th, selected about 3,600 impressions, a 6.41% click-through rate. For that month, it was about 1,100 in spend, so they're about 1,000 a month. So it's a little bit of a smaller spend for the month, but still serviceable based on the number of conversions. But anyway, there were 236 clicks, a 21.19% conversion rate, 50 conversions, and those are leads, primarily phone calls. So there are phone calls and form fills, but it's mostly phone calls. $4.68 cost per click and a $22.08 cost per conversion. And then actually, for this month, it is up to a 29% conversion rate. So this month, we're halfway through. They've already had 23 leads at a $19 cost per conversion, and that's actually we've actually had to turn down the budget for the time being because they're kind of slammed. So it's sometimes good problems to have. It's essentially they just got booked up, and they're processing through the work that we were able to send them through this and through some other means. But yeah, so been really good for this client. They've made plenty of money so far, and looking forward to continuing to optimize it, get it performing better. And yeah, so essentially the bid strategy, we started it off with maximize clicks, and then over time, once we had enough conversions on the account, we switched over to maximize conversions, and that's really helped to boost up that conversion rate. So that's the kind of the campaign at a high level. Right now, it's only being shown in Google search. So I had display partners on before, but I actually got rid of that. And then from the beginning, no display network. So if you're going to be running search, make sure you do not click the display network option, because that will waste your money. But let's go over a couple other things. So ad schedule, running Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So pretty normal ad schedule. So yeah, I mean, they could go more or less, but for them, this just kind of works for them. In terms of devices, one thing that's working really well is bidding up mobile phones. That's usually pretty much the case with like Search Network for kind of like contractor service-based businesses. We are still bidding on desktop traffic, just because the cost per lead is pretty solid there, but we are bidding it down and we're bidding mobile phones up, and that's given us a lot more phone call leads from mobile, because that's mainly, if somebody's on their phone, they're gonna just call instead of putting in a form fill. So we've been getting a lot more phone calls from that. We do get some pretty high quality leads from computers. So it's one of those things that I don't want to totally get rid of yet, because we did have some pretty solidly sized commercial leads come in through computers. So haven't totally gotten rid of that. But we did bid it down a little bit because it's converting a little bit less. It's only about like 10%, but still decent cost per conversion, high quality leads. So we haven't totally gotten rid of that. So one thing I did want to kind of go over, since I can't show you like ads or anything like that, is really kind of talk about more about, account structure. So what I've really discovered, especially with not even just in this niche, it's really in any niche. If you're going to be running Google Ads, you want to make sure that your account structure is set up so that everything is very relevant. That's probably the number one thing on Google is you want to make sure that you are structuring your campaign in a way that when somebody searches for like brick repointing near me or something like that, you show them an ad for brick repointing and then you take them to a landing page that talks about brick repointing. So that's kind of like what I wanted to show you here. I can show you some of the keywords as well, but essentially what you can see here is I have a pretty wide range of different, kind of a lot of ad groups for sure, but a wide range of different, there's kind of like a generic sort of like concrete companies or concrete contractors, but there's also geographic, Baltimore Masonry, Maryland Masonry, but there's also service specific ones like stamped concrete, brick repair, stucco, brick repointing, that kind of stuff. So what I've really found is you're going to notice that the geographic ad groups and the service specific ad groups convert at a much higher rate than the kind of more generic ones. So for example, let's just sort by conversion rate here. You can see like the Baltimore concrete, the geo-specific ad group converts at least in the past month 62%, stucco 50%, brick repair 50%. And you can kind of see from the list. The more specific that ad group is for that service or that geographic area, the better it seemed to perform, really. So that's kind of like a big takeaway. And really what you want to do if you're running this for your own company, whether you are a concrete contractor, a masonry contractor, or just any other type of home service kind of contractor, you want to make sure that your ad account looks like this. You want to make sure that you have that structure, that you have specific keywords pointing to specific ads that point to specific landing pages. And just to kind of show you an example of some of the keywords, you want to make sure that you are bidding on high intent, high quality keywords. So these aren't like broad, generic, like concrete or masonry or like just random, like, or even like brick repair, because that can drive some unqualified traffic. So these are really specific to, Baltimore concrete contractors, concrete companies, Baltimore, concrete contractors, Baltimore, all that kind of stuff is super important that you include into your account. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, I wish I could show you more. One last thing is they were up to about like $45, $47 a day. So again, about like $1,000 a month. But I guess for better or for worse, they wanted to turn it down a little bit for the time being so they could catch up on work, which again, good problems to have. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this account. Again, this is concrete masonry, performing pretty well so far. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. I can try to get to them here and there. But yeah, if you are interested, if you are in the concrete or masonry niche, or if you are a contractor in general and you are looking for somebody to actually go over your account, for the time being, I'm actually offering totally free, no obligation Google Ads audits. And what that would look like, it would be kind of like a video somewhat like this, where I'd actually go through your account front to back, give you a full kind of report on what works, what doesn't, what you can do to improve, and kind of give you sort of a plan of action that you can take and you can pretty much implement for yourself if you want, or we can potentially have a discussion about working together. So again, my name is Chris Down, and if you're interested in that Google Ads audit, I'm going to drop a link down in the description of this video that you can check out, and I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I appreciate you watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.